Season 32 kicks off with the Copa America 2056, a competition that Jamaica have not finished in the top 3 for ever. So, what are the chances that we can win the Copa America? Obviously, last season we did win the North American Gold Cup, but however, I feel like the competition in the Copa America might be a little bit tougher than in the North American Gold Cup, which is basically the USA and Mexico, isn't it? We've also obviously got the usual things for Montego Bay United. It is the 17th of June, so I don't believe the transfer window has opened just yet. It hasn't opened as of yet. We will be kicking off the Copa America in just a moment. We are going to jump forward a little bit, maybe to the opening of the transfer window, or maybe to just after the group stage games of the Copa America, see how things are going. Actually, you know what? In fact, I think we're going to jump to the end of September. So we'll have a quick talk about sort of transfers and money and things like that. So from a financial perspective, we've got £30 million to spend. It's a lot of money, but this number is slowly going down. I'm hoping we can just kind of keep momentum and it never really drops too low, but it is on its way down. It was at its highest, nearly £70 million. We are now halfway, or went down to 30. Obviously, there was a bit of a spike through sponsorships and season tickets and things like that. But yeah, it is going a little bit lower. I do also always look at this at the start of every season to work out what should kind of be focused on when it comes to positions. And realistically, a left back, maybe a centre back, kind of the main ones. Possibly a goalkeeper, but I feel like Kevin's probably good enough. Kevon? I'm not quite sure. Johns is probably good enough there. Strike force is obviously very good with Bacola, Gomez and Fideli. Johnny Palmer on the right-hand side is all good for me. So yeah, we've got 30 million to spend. We'll probably spend maybe 10 million, I reckon. First things first then, the Copa America for our Jamaica side. We managed to make it all the way through to the semi-final, eventually losing out to Argentina. We play Chile in the third place playoff. We go 1-0 down early on in the match. Goldsack collects the ball though for us after 23 minutes, works his way past a player, puts it into the back of the net, makes it 1-1. Chile, though, retake the lead on the half-hour mark. Concha on that right-hand side, cuts inside, plays it forward to Lara, takes a few touches, easily puts the ball past a big, bad Barrington Cohen, making it 2-1. But it was not over just yet. We managed to pull one back, making it 2-2 just before the half-time whistle goes. It was Mara with the equalising goal, and that is the way it stayed all the way until the 97th minute of the match, where Goldsack plays in Ebanks. Can he do anything from this position? Plays it across, finds Carlington Armstrong at the back post. We take the lead and third place. When you look at the match stats, we actually did all right. XG of nearly, or 1.6, 1.7 to the XG of 1. We did well. The goal at the end, I guess, bumped up the XG quite considerably by the looks of it. And I don't think there's been any world ranking changes as of yet. We are up to 22nd in the world rankings. We are still a fair distance behind the United States in 7th and Mexico in 5th. Those are the two teams I want to get ahead of. I say teams, nations I want to get ahead of. We do also have the World Cup qualifiers to go through. We're currently top of our group stage with 2 wins out of 2. We've also got the North American Nations League. I don't think the World Cup qualifiers are going to be finished just yet because it's going to be a 2058 World Cup. As for Montego Bay, we have done quite a bit of transfer business, and I've tried to do something a bit different where I've brought in players with the intent of improving the youngsters. They're not necessarily good players, but they've got good personalities, things like that. They've also got high reputation, like world-class footballers or world-renowned footballers, not necessarily good now, but were, because I want to try and build the reputation of the club. I think that's where we're starting to fall down. Kimar Delissa is the first player to leave the club on a free transfer. He's moved over to Hoffenheim. He was out of contract, nearly 400 league appearances for the club. Demar Maxwell has also left the club on a free transfer, signing for Treasure Beach. And Zephaniah Fairweather has moved to Mount Pleasant on a free transfer. The big one leaving the club is Arturo Martinez, the, I would argue, legendary left-back and attacking midfielder that we signed from Panama early on. He's moved over to Saudi Arabia for £825,000, possibly going up to £1 million. He's 33 or 32. Yeah, he's 33 years old. He's not got too much left in him, so I thought let's take a bit of cash while we can. Joining the club then, in order of when they signed for the club, Simon Skovtved is an American. Yes, notice how I pronounced that name perfectly. I think he's part Norwegian as well, if we double check. He is part Norwegian, but he was born in the USA. He's a 30-year-old left back with 70 caps. He's joined for £1.5 million. He is one of those players that he's got not an amazing personality. He's got a good personality. He's good enough, but he's got a very high reputation. He's a continental level footballer. We don't have a huge amount of these, so I thought, let's try and expand our squad's reputation by bringing some of these players in. £1.5 million is probably a bit steep. Somebody we brought in on a free transfer is 23-year-old Spanish left-back Diego Mutt, or Mutt, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to call him Mutt because I feel like it sounds just a little bit nicer. He's come in, like I said, free transfer from Villarreal after his contract expired. I don't think he's going to be able to be re-registered for a few seasons, so that could be a worry. Somebody we have also brought in with the intention of not really playing him, hopefully loaning him out to somebody else, or maybe just selling him with a 50% sell-on clause, is a 21-year-old Syrian striker with 28 caps to his name. His name is Yaman Al-Jawari. He's come in from Al-Karama on a free transfer, so it's basically money for nothing at that point. We've got a returning face to the club, DeAndre Batista. I think somebody actually asked in the comments of one of the previous seasons whatever happened to him. He went to LA Galaxy and we brought him back to the club for £950,000, which, because there was a 50% sell-on clause in there, we only paid half of that. Arguably, I think we've done all right here. He spent a lot of time, obviously, over in the US. Did he did he get a green card? That's what it is, isn't it? No, he needs to go back and he's not going to. We've also signed Fabian Nunez, who is a 34-year-old Argentine left-back from Spezia. He's not cost a lot of money at all. He's cost £72,000. However, he's getting paid silly wages. He's only here for a year, maybe two. He's got a worldwide reputation. That was the goal here, but also he's got pretty decent mental numbers. He's okay, might not really play a huge amount for us. This one could be a massive mistake. I feel like Skodfed, or whatever his name was, might be okay. Nunez, probably a silly experiment, but we'll live to see how it goes. 60 grand a week's a lot. And finally, one for the future is Labi Touati, who is a 19-year-old Algerian central defender, signed from CR Belazoidad, could be their name, not quite sure, signed for £275,000. I'm not convinced he's going to get registered yet, because obviously he isn't Jamaican, and we've only got 5 places for him, but I think this one's certainly a good player for the future. He's actually pretty good now. We might loan him out if somebody wants him. He's also unhappy because he isn't registered for the Jamaican Premier League squad. See? So that has been our transfer window. We've also loaned out quite a few players. So if we have a look from... we've also got rid of Aspinall and Jason Nash have also gone out on permanent deals. Harbourview and Treasure Beach. We've got Huggart Brown has gone out on loan. We've got Reynolds. We've got Blaine. We've got Carrero. We've got Grant. We've also got Edson Liu, Andrew Ball. We've got Cheristal and Guadagno going out on loan to Cavalier. I think this one could be useful for him. Get some game time. That would be nice to see. From a fixtures perspective, we've obviously kicked off the Caribbean Cup, winning 2 out of 2, scoring a total of 18 goals, conceding just the 1 goal against AS Capois. We should be obviously winning that one like we normally do. We have also picked up a sum of money from Jesus Hernandez's transfer from Man United to Bayern. He's gone for 37.5, possibly going up to £41.5 million. So obviously half of that is coming to us. So that is a very, very nice big bit of profit there for Hernandez. He's obviously very good, but we've got our money, and that's what we really want to get from some of these players that we sell off to Europe. Last thing to do then, before we jump to around the end of Christmas, is to tell you the players that we've got locked in to the starting 11. And these are all players who are not registered apart from Bacola. So Cassidy will be our right back, Touati and Mutt will be our left and central defenders. We've got Gonzalez and Bacola playing as that attacking midfielder, because if I don't lock him in, I don't think they will play him there. They'll play Johnny Palmer, which we might be getting to a point where we can kind of drop him, because I feel like all of these can play anywhere along the front three. Just jumping back quickly to the Jamaican national side, we have no fixtures currently. We've got a friendly against South Africa, but that is all. But I think we will probably get the North American Nations League thing kind of turn up at some point as well in the middle of this. So let's jump forward to around, I think, Boxing Day. It's normally Boxing Day. It is actually Christmas Day, and we did get the North American Nations League stuff for Jamaica, where we have beaten Honduras 5-1 and 4-0 in that one, which does set up a semi-final up against the USA. Mexico versus Haiti is in the other one, so it's going to be basically the winner of us versus Mexico in the final. And as for Montego Bay, yep, 12 wins out of 12. Any big wins there? We've got a 14-0 win against Tivoli Gardens. Bacola has 16 goals so far this season. He's very good at football. He's always wanted as well, by the way. Lots of Saudi Arabian sides want him, but he doesn't want to leave. He's quite happy here, so I'm just going to keep him around for as long as we can. I don't know how far away he is from becoming... I mean, it's a year. Okay, I thought he was here for longer than that. What I'm saying is I'm hoping Bacola might stick around to become Jamaican, because he should be playing for the Argentina side now. He is 26. Anyway, as you know, it is obviously transfer window time. We've got £42 million now to spend, so a little bit more money has come into the club. And as of yet, we have done no transfer business, so let's jump to the end of January, see what we can do. Just the one player has left the club on a free transfer. Daniel Powell has moved over to Mount Pleasant because he was never going to play for us. And 2 players have joined the club. First of all is Begenk Litwinow. Right, this is a strange player. And I don't mean strange as in like he's a bit weird. I'm confused by his nationalities because he's from Turkmenistan. and also America, and hopefully Jamaica one day. He is obviously a young goalkeeper, 18 years of age, definitely not going to be playing for us as he's gone out on loan to Mount Pleasant, but he's only cost £500,000, so one for the future is my hope. Also, I did quite like the fact that he was from Turkmenistan. And I'm worried that we might be losing Fideli because he's very, very good. So we've tried to sign a replacement already. Gabriel de la Tejada might be his name. He is a Mexican striker formerly of America and a bit of Atlanta, actually. He has cost us £6 million. Spent 4 years, maybe 3 years over in America, in Mexico, from Atlanta United. So they've actually made a bit of profit on him. Definitely one for now, but also could be one for the future too. And that is it. That is all we have done. Taking a look at the league table, it's now 16 wins out of 16 in the North American Champions League. We're in the second round, and it's going to be Colorado or Toluca, so it's going to be probably Colorado there. Although Toluca are Mexican, aren't they? So it could be Toluca. You never know. JFF Cup, we are up against Portmore United. I didn't even check the Caribbean Cup because I just assumed we'd won it. We beat Portmore United in the final. There you go. We've won it a lot. Definitely a lot. Literally, we won it once, didn't win it for 3 years, and then haven't won it, or not won it for the next, 20 odd years. Fair enough. It's kind of a ridiculous competition. So locked in players then for the second half of the season. It's the same 5 that we initially had. So Bacola keeps his place as that attacking midfielder. Mutt, Tuati, Cassidy and Gonzalez. And leading the line will be Al-Jawari because basically he wants some game time. I did try and sell him. Some teams in America want him on loan, but I'd rather just get him gone. He's got a bad attitude. Okay, he just refuses to turn up for training and things like that. He's abysmal. He wants to leave. So I'm just trying to put him in the shop window a little bit. It might be a silly thing to do. We've also got Nunes and Skodved, by the way, who aren't registered. Skodved has played some league games, but he's not going to be registered from this point onwards. And I think that is everyone. If we have a look, yeah, no one else is not registered for the Jamaican Premier League. So it's only those 6 technically. And now on the 8th of April, we have drawn a match. We've actually drawn a match against Treasure Beach. We've won 25 out of 26. Obviously, we have won the league. We're up against Saprissa in the North American Champions League semi-final. We've got Portmore United in the JFF Cup semi-final. And it'll be Mount Pleasant will be the opponents of whoever wins that one. And for our Jamaica side in the North American Nations League, unfortunately, it was the third place playoff match against Haiti that we had to finish on, and we go 1-0 down after just 18 minutes. But we were good enough to prevail in the late on, actually, in the first half. We pull one back. It is Eldrick Jr. heading onto the bar. Kamar Delissa, the Hoffenheim central defender, making it 1-1. And then early on in the second half, we get the winning goal of the game. Forrester back to Lecky, back to Forrester in the penalty area, just passes it past the goalkeeper. A 2-1 victory for a third place in the North American Nations League. And it has been the same 3 teams finishing first, second and third for the last 3 competitions, and then even back in 2048-49 and also 2046-47 and 2044-45. It's basically a lot of these competitions are kind of useless, aren't they? I have just seen that we were the hosts for 2 years in a row. That's pretty impressive. Something that I always kind of overlook because we're not getting particularly good youth intakes is the youth intakes. We have got 2 players who I think could be of interest. Ryan Pickering is first up. He's a 16-year-old central defender, obviously from Jamaica. I think he's part American. He is part American. Certainly could be one for the future. He's a big lad, 6'3". And we've also got ourselves a Peruvian goalkeeper called Fernando Vallejos, who is 15, as that's literally the words I said. And he's 6'3", so again, big lad for a goalkeeper at 15 as well. He is not part Jamaican, unfortunately, so he's probably going to get signed up, maybe go out on loan to some of the other teams in Jamaica. We also have a whole bunch of other players, but as you can see, it's a 2-star, below average kind of intake. So, yes, it's not that good, is it? And I think your time is coming, Devon. I think your time might be up. You're 60 years old now. Well, actually, you're nearly 61 years old. Your time might be up. Also, our director of football, which is Bobby Clark, feel like your time might be up as well. So maybe next season, I think I did say last season that I might try and replace him, but maybe next season could be the time. Well, one last thing to do then. Let's jump to the end of the season and see what happens with our Montego Bay United side. I don't think Jamaica have any matches to play, or if they do, it's a Gold Cup. It's the Gold Cup, so that'll be the start of season 33 then, won't it? For Montego Bay United then, we beat Mount Pleasant in the JFF Cup final 4-1 to give us our second trophy of the season. And then we beat Arnott Gardens 5-1 in the Jamaican Premier League to give us our third trophy of the season. And do we get our 4th trophy of the season in the North American Champions League final up against Monterrey of Mexico? We take an early lead after just 7 minutes. Eddie Gomez, the Mexican, scoring the opener. It takes us all the way through to the hour mark before the next goal is scored. Unfortunately for us, that is also one of our players, is Al-Jawari, in on goal. Just puts it past the goalkeeper, making it 2-0. Monterrey, though, were not out of this just yet. They did manage to pull one back in the 89th minute. Was it too little, too late, however? The cross comes in. Aguirre is at the back post. Cohen can't get on the end of that one. It is now 2-1. And we do decide to get ourselves a third, just to put the final nail in the coffin. Gonzalez, edge of the penalty area with loads and loads of space, blasts it into the bottom corner. I think Fideli is claiming it, which is a bit unfair, because it definitely wasn't his goal, was it? So 3-0 in the final, a comfortable victory against Monterrey. Another North American Champions League to our name. It's kind of ridiculous. We win everything now, every single season. Let's just take a very quick look at some of the players then. So Al-Jawari, who didn't play a huge amount, did only get 7 goals in the end. DeMar Johnson, 12 and 12. As a defence midfielder, that's pretty good. Carlington Armstrong, 11 and 13 on that left-hand side. We've got Diego Gonzalez with 13 goals. He's very good. Considering he came for our youth intake, kind of via, a Liverpool FC. We've got 11 assists, 14 goals for Courtney McClare. Again, central defender. Eddie Gomez on the left wing, 8 assists, 23 goals for Gomez. Fideli, 5 assists, 32 goals for Fideli. And Johnny Palmer is not even at the top, actually. I've just seen, what was Palmer? Sorry, 18 and 37 for Palmer, which is obviously very, very good. And then Bacola with 56 and 32 in 42 appearances. The Jamaican Premier League is a bit of a stat padding league, isn't it? Well, 5 trophies for Montego Bay United for Jamaica. We got 2 third places, or 1 third place technically, didn't we? Wasn't the end of the world. Having a very quick look, we are still 22nd in the world rankings. We've also got Mexico now up to 4th, United States in 8th. It's a big old gap, but I don't think it's actually that big. It's like 100, maybe 200 points, and we would move from here into like 8th, maybe even ahead of like England. We could get top 10 within a couple of seasons. That'll be really good to see if we can do that.